Let me ask you this. What is one thing you have had on your mind for the last few years that you want to achieve? Is it getting a good job? Is it starting to go to the gym? Is it conquering lust? Is it starting something that you know you need to start? Well, for me, I've been wrestling that question for almost my whole entire life. When is a perfect time to start? Never. There is never a perfect time to start. There's never a time where you can finally say to yourself, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna start that tomorrow. That's a perfect time, the weather's gonna be nice. Everything's just gonna work out. No. But there's one timing that is perfect, and that's God's. When God nudges you to do something, it's time to start doing it. The biggest thing I procrastinated the most was this YouTube channel. I remember for 8 or 9 months, I was getting a nudge to start this channel, but I never did because I was fearing what people would say about me, saying like, oh, what if people judge me? What if these videos I make get no views? What if I say the wrong things? What if I offend people? Well, I'll tell you one thing, man, this channel has changed my life in so many ways. It's been 3 months since I first posted my first video, and that was why you need to conquer less in 2025. I want you to look back at that video and see how much different this video is to what we have now. I've learned so much on my walk with God, and so much that I've learned that I wouldn't have known if I never started. This channel has brought me closer to God. It has had more influence on people. It's reached people who needed this message the most. I would have never known that. Another thing that took forever for me to start doing is going to the gym. I remember in the beginning when I had thoughts to go to the gym in around 2022, 2023, I didn't start going because I was scared of what people were gonna think about me. Oh, well, those big guys in the gym, what are they're gonna think I'm small, no one's gonna help me. But there is no perfect time to start. Guess what? You know that guy you see in the gym who's jacked. He's jacked beyond his mind. Do you think he came to the gym like that? No, he was just like you. Do you think that guy with 1 million subscribers didn't have 20 subscribers at one point? Of course he did. Because in order to start, you need to build your foundation first before you achieve something so big. And also, I'm sorry for this sun in the way. Going on to my last video, that video has influenced me in so many ways because that relationship didn't just show me that I need to work harder in my life. It's showing me that I need to get closer to God in so many ways. The power of the Holy Spirit is mind-bearing. It's the strongest feeling, I would say, that we possibly can feel. The Holy Spirit doesn't just make you feel good, it can get you out of bad situations. You're probably asking where I'm going with this. God's timing's perfect, not yours. I want you to say to yourself, I need to start that now. It's gonna suck. Doing it for the first time is gonna suck, but eventually you're gonna build yourself towards it. Because if you never start now, you're never gonna know what the outcome is. It's the same thing when you wanna go up to a girl and ask her for her number. Are you gonna go up to her and ask her, or you're just gonna say, oh man, I don't know if I can, my hair's bad today, I'm not wearing the nicest thing, what if she says no? But what if she did say yes? What if you started that job and started making 6 figures in the first year? What if you did that class and you received a scholarship over it because of the amount of credits you achieved? What if you started going to the gym in 2 years, you're already jacked because you put the work in and you knew you had nothing, you came from nothing, you built yourself up, and finally now you have that manful physique that you've always wanted, and people are asking you how to do it. You're becoming an influence. And for me, what if I started that YouTube channel and I finally had to reach towards people? Because my goal of this YouTube channel it isn't to get 100,000 subscribers and then say, oh, life's complete. No. My goal is if 199 people hate this channel, but one person says, I just found the gospel. My whole image now of life has changed because this guy's talking about this guy named Jesus. I really needed that message. If one guy received the message that I wanted him to hear, that's all I wanted. I don't want to treat this like a numbers game. Instead, I want to treat this as I finally started doing the thing that I hate, something that I did not want to do. It's called manning up and letting loose of your pride, because people will stay comfortable for the rest of their life and realize, oh, I don't want to do that. It's too much work. In 2023, I started doing wrestling for the first time. I started wrestling, and I remember I lost for the whole first year. The whole entire year, I just kept losing and losing and losing. I got furious. I got angry to living death. I was just like, why am I not winning? I'm putting so much work in, but I'm not winning. Because I was looking at wrestling with the wrong intentions, because I was making like I only seen growth from winning. But realistically, you see growth every single day during the practice. Those practices were destroying me, but for good. They were conditioning me, they were strengthening me, and the technique that I was learning was eventually going to make me win. So my second year The same thing happened again for the first 5 matches. I just lost. But I was so close to winning, but I didn't lose in my head because I knew I was like, I'm only 1 or 2 points off. I almost won that. That's still growth. Last year, I got crumbled. So my last 3 matches, I finally started winning. I won back to back to back because I kept putting the work in, and I knew that if I stayed at failure, nothing was gonna happen. Same thing with this channel. When I first made that first YouTube video, I was like, I only got 200 views. This channel's not gonna work. No, what I did was the next day I made the second video. And now I'm here, ready for more. Brother, I'm just trying to tell you that there's no perfect time ever in your life that you're gonna be able to say, it's time to start now. No, the perfect time is you starting when you're at your lowest, when you know there is no tomorrow. Because every day is not guaranteed. What's it gonna cost you if you never know? Just do it. Who cares what people are gonna say? It's about what you think. It's about what God thinks. I've had people already give me so much criticism about this YouTube channel saying like, you're never gonna receive anything with it. You're never gonna have anything. What are you even talking about on it? But God's over here saying, you're doing a great job. You're being a child and you're helping my other children receive the gospel. I just gave you a life lesson, but there also is a godly lesson in the Bible that we have to see here. Peter and the 12 other disciples, when they first saw Jesus, they were just fishermen on the boat. They didn't know what life was going to be like with Jesus. They saw Jesus. They were Jews. They knew the Messiah was coming. But Peter gave up everything, John and Andrew as well, to go follow Jesus. They didn't know where they were going. All Jesus said to them was, follow me. Follow me to the ends of the earth, and I will show you. God doesn't have your purpose magically set out for you right away. You're not going to pray to God and be like, all right, well, I'm ready to start this. And he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to give you this plan. You're going to turn right, then you're going to turn left, then you're going to go 500 feet up. No. Instead, God is a light beneath our feet. He's not a GPS. He's not going to show you everything at once, but he's going to show you everything throughout the day, which is why you need to pray. You need to confess. You need to pray whatever's on your heart. You need to pray for your heart to be healed so you could be aligned with God, so you can receive God's will. Just know that you have a purpose in God's will. He has a purpose for you. There are certain things that you have to start doing so you can receive that purpose. But the whole point is how God's going to build you is he's not going to show you everything first. That's not biblical. Prosperity is in the Bible, but it's not promised right away. Instead, you have to grind. You're going to struggle. You're going to have to be built. There's going to be times in your life you're going to go under extreme hardship, but the more hardship, the farther and farther you're going to go. So man, I just wanted to say that message because I've been seeing so many people lately who just are saying, I'm just going to start this tomorrow. But you can't keep saying that because before you know it, life's going to be over. You're going to be 4 years down the line. You're going to say to yourself, why did I do that 4 years ago? Exactly. This was mainly a message to myself as well, because I waited almost a whole year to start this channel. And I've been seeing how much growth and how much purpose I've been getting out of this channel. God's finally using this to build me. I feel closer to God than ever in my life now because my whole entire job of telling you this in this video is to show you that God is there for you, just how he was there for me. So whatever it is in your life, just start now. No excuses, no anything. Do it instead because God is calling you to do his will.